why is it that when we use stories or events in our lesson, it has a limited impact? And then we complain and wonder, like, okay, why is it not engaging the learners? When you spark a story, what really happens is you use your story as a form of a conversation. Now, whether you're doing e-learning or whether you're in virtual webinars or whatever conversation in the classroom, when you start a story, you begin to sustain it by doing the following. Let's have a good example. Let's say one of your participants were talking about a jet engine, a mechanic in terms of the dashboard, and there's a red alert sign flashing, right? So when you say, let's investigate that, you can start the story. Tell us a story related to this and what happened to that. So the participant tells a story. This is the circumstance, this is the alert, this is the consequence of it. And then you might follow up with another question, which means like, what is a related event? Why did that happen and at what conditions did it happen? So now the participants continue telling the story in this area. And then you can ask another question like, what is your biggest takeaway from that experience? And then the participants continue having the story and continue providing more information. And then you might want to do one more step by simply saying, when you look at it right now, how could this be applied in a future similar or related event? Then the learner starts talking and expressing in that area. Now, whether you do this on an actual face-to-face conversation, or whether you do it in a Zoom, or whether you do it basically in e-learning design, those series of questions are actually optimizing the story, because the purpose of the story is to get your learners thinking about your content. So reflect on that, sustain the story, sustain the event, sustain the interest of the learners, engage the learners by having a conversation on that single event and single story that you started with and they are getting involved with.